The beach is nice this time of year, but while President Obama vacations, concerns mount about his health care plan. Why? Because his public option health plan could lead to government-run health care, higher taxes on everything from paychecks to soda, and add $1 trillion to the deficit. Mr. President, when you go back to D.C., drop your government-run public option plan. Let's get on with real reform to lower cost and protect patients' rights.
Republicans want to end Medicare. You heard right. Eric Cantor actually voted to abolish Medicare for future generations, one of the most important programs for seniors. America's seniors have relied on Medicare for over 40 years, and Democrats are working to strengthen Medicare. But the plain truth is, Republicans have opposed Medicare from the start. Their leaders have called for cutting Medicare, and now for killing it. Congressman Eric Cantor, no friend of seniors. The Democratic National Committee is responsible for the content of this advertising.
A lot of folks are talking about health insurance reform, but there's one thing that's not in dispute. Congressman Martin Heinrich is fighting for us and working to fix our health care system. Martin Heinrich is working for a solution that will lower costs and reverse decades of unfair insurance practices, like denying coverage for pre-existing conditions, outrageous out-of-pocket expenses, and dropping coverage when people get too sick. Call Congressman Heinrich and thank him for fighting for our health care. The Democratic National Committee is responsible for the content of this advertising. Senator Jim DeMint and congressional Republicans are trying to kill health care reform.
If we're able to stop Obama on this, it will be his Waterloo. It will break him.
But the only people Jim DeMint will break are South Carolina families and business owners. Senator DeMint is playing politics with our health care, putting the special interests in Washington ahead of South Carolina families and businesses. The only health care plan Jim DeMint supports is no plan at all. The Democratic National Committee is responsible for the content of this advertising.
I don't know a single member of my conference in the Senate, not one, who doesn't want to pass health care reform.
If we're able to stop Obama on this, it will be his Waterloo. It will break him.
I just hope the president keeps talking about it, keeps trying to rush it through. We can stall it.
Senator Gregg? Senator Alexander?
No. Basically, I think he'll fail.
I hope he fails. I hope he fails.
Basically, I think he'll fail.
If we're able to stop Obama on this, it will be his Waterloo. It will break him.
Now, there's some in this town who are content to perpetuate the status quo.
What is the Republican plan?
Senator Gregg? Senator Alexander?
What will the political price for the Republican Party be if it succeeds in blocking health care reform?
I hope he fails.
Basically, I think he'll fail.
If we're able to stop Obama on this, it will be his Waterloo. It will break him.
This isn't about me. This isn't about politics. It's about a healthcare system that is breaking America's families, breaking America's businesses, and breaking America's economy.
California voters sent Senator Feinstein to Washington to fight for us. That includes fighting to pass President Obama's health care plan. A recent poll shows that 71% of California voters want a significant overhaul of health care now. But Feinstein is saying health care may just be too difficult. Senator, we don't expect you to lead just on the easy issues. Senator Feinstein, please fight for California. Fight for President Obama's health care reform now.
MoveOn.org Political Action is responsible for the content of this advertisement.
Today, you make the medical decisions that are best for you, without government interference. But if Congress passes a government-run health plan, you could end up with government bureaucrats taking away your choices, getting in between you and your doctor, and your personal medical decisions. It's not too late to put patients first. Tell Senators Lincoln and
Progressive Change Campaign Committee and Democracy for America are responsible for the content of this advertisement.
The right-wing extremist Republican base is back. They lost the election. They lost on the Recovery Act, the budget, and children's health care. They've lost the confidence of the American people after 8 years of failed policies that ruined our economy and cost millions of jobs. Now, desperate Republicans and their well-funded allies are organizing angry mobs, just like they did during the election. Their goal? Destroy President Obama and stop the change Americans voted for overwhelmingly in November.
It will break him.
I hope he fails.
This mob activity is straight from the playbook of high-level Republican political operatives. They have no plan for moving our country forward, so they've called out the mob.
And I want to know, why are you people ignoring his birth certificate?
Call the Republican Party. Tell them you've had enough of the mob. The Democratic National Committee is responsible for the content of this advertising.
They fought it in every way. Yelling, screaming, trying to defeat any real healthcare reform. And through it all, Senator Blanche Lincoln and Congressman Mike Ross have stood with the health insurance industry and their allies by trying to kill the public health insurance option, which would force insurance companies to compete. 80% of Arkansas Democrats support the public option. Why won't Senator Lincoln and Congressman Ross stand with Democrats now, or we'll find someone who will?
Special interests in Washington are spending millions to block health insurance reform.
Killing reform will boost their profits.
But it's costing us.
My husband and I keep praying, but our premiums keep rising.
Our church is trying to help, but it's just not enough.
The special interests are strong.
But God's given us a spirit not of fear, but of love and action.
Millions of people of faith are supporting health insurance reform.
Members of Congress, will you?
If we're able to stop Obama on this, it will be his Waterloo. We're committed to using every means to slowing this process down. Go for the kill. While the president is trying to make health care affordable, the Republicans are doing nothing. Actually worse than nothing. They're turning it into a political football. Health care costs are spiraling. Tell Congress this isn't a game. Waiting hurts all of us. MoveOn.org political action is responsible for the content of this advertising.
At a time when American businesses are hurting, why should we worry about fixing healthcare? Because quality, affordable healthcare can save money and make businesses more competitive, so they can invest in innovation, hire back workers, create jobs, get the economy working again for everyone. Quality, affordable healthcare. It's not just something we should do for America's families. It's something we must do for America's economy.
Who's trying to stop healthcare reform? Rick Scott, the multimillionaire hospital CEO whose former company pleaded guilty to 14 felonies, the largest healthcare fraud settlement in history. Overbilling Medicare, kickbacks, falsified procedures. Scott's former company was forced to pay $1.7 billion in penalties. Now Rick Scott's trying to block healthcare reform because he and his insurance company friends make millions from the broken system we have now. So before you listen to Rick Scott, look at his record.